The movie Colors came out in 88. In 88, in Los Angeles, it was off the chain. So all eyes was on what? Los Angeles.
Right.
It was gang bang. That was the thing, gang bang. So the media blew that up across the whole world. Well, when the movie Colors came out, what did it do? It introduced the younger generation a roadmap to whatever side you pick. That's who you gun down.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report. Big Trent Dawg.
What do you do? What do you do, man?
How you doing, man?
You know I can't fight.
We finally got you on the Bob Report, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. You've been getting it.
Yeah. You've been running for about 3 years now, y'all. He now he ain't physically running, but he found a way to you get up out of there. So, Trent Rose, the author, the influencer, the philanthropist, the perfumist. The nigga say he got bird cages.
I got bird house, man.
But something going on with it.
Bird seeder.
Oh yeah, that.
Man, go to the website, man. Go get you some bird feeds. You want to sell some bird? I mean, you want to see some nice bird? Got a camera on it. You gonna be able to see the hummingbird. You gonna be able when the hummingbird hit, you can
He do it all. He also is a content creator. Over 100K on Instagram, over 300K on Facebook. Maybe 80K on TikTok, something like that.
Yeah.
So, and he's also a personal trainer to some of your favorite people. We ain't gonna disclose no names, but before all of that, Trent, before you did all of that, Truman Street, Bloods, Fort Worth, Texas. How did that even come about?
How did Truman Street come about? Okay. It was about, I'm gonna say 89, maybe 90, when Truman Street was born. Now, it was Crips in Fort Worth before it was any Bloods, period.
So before 89, 90, when the Bloods was formed, it was actually Crips shit before that, a little bit before that.
Okay.
You said that Truman Street was made in 88, 89? 89, 90?
89, 90.
It was Crips before that.
Yeah, it was Crips after the movie Colors.
Colors?
Yeah, the movie Colors.
Okay.
Before the movie Colors, in Fort Worth, there was no such thing as a Crip and a Blood. After the movie Colors, then that's when the Crips and Bloods began to migrate.
Where are you from, Trent?
I'm from Fort Worth, but I mean, 95% of my people is from Los Angeles, California.
So when you go to your family reunions, where you do that at?
We do it in Los Angeles.
That's where your family is.
My father is from Los Angeles.
So, when Truman Street is formed, what's the, not to glorify any of this, but what's the motivation behind that? Well, before we even go there, Trent, what was going on in Fort Worth before this?
Before 88, let me just say 88. I'm gonna say 86, 87. We was fighting, man. There wasn't no such thing as this. And the gangs that we call gangs today, there wasn't no such thing as the Bloods and the Crips. It was the Polo Boys, the Mitchell Boys, K9 Posse, the Douglases.
Right.
Gerald Douglas. Say you ain't, if you hear a story that got Gerald Douglas' name in it, you ain't gonna hear about no Blood and no Crip, man. And that was in when? Gerald Douglas left in 87, 86, somewhere around that.
Who was Gerald Douglas, Trent?
Gerald Douglas, don't know, if you don't know Gerald Douglas, man, you know Gerald.
I know who that is.
Gerald Douglas. Out of Fort Worth. Legend.
Y'all Google him. Okay, so before the Bloods and the Crips, there was pretty much cliques.
Yeah.
neighborhoods.
Neighborhood.
You from Stop Six.
I'm from Stop.
It's a legendary neighborhood in America, in the state of Texas for sure. You could go all over Fort Worth before the gangs, correct?
Everybody could go everywhere. There wasn't no such thing as you couldn't go here or you couldn't go here. Before gangs, this was a hustling town, man. Everybody made money in this joint, man. I lived in Stop Six. I could go to the south side and go to She Isis, and then the line is around the corner. I can go to Pesky Rabbit, and that's the heart of the south side. But everybody could come there because this was a money town, man.
Right.
This ain't never been no town where we shot at each other. Now we would get out there and fight. We're gonna get out there. We'll get out there and fight because we that kind. But it wasn't until '88 hit, man, when the movie Colors came out. When the movie Colors came out, now I'll take that lie back. I was in high school. We got into in Fort Worth. We got into what is called a hustling mentality. How do we get into that hustling mentality? Ice-T. At the time, Ice-T was out. 6 a.m, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeaking across my bathroom floor. Out my back window. That's the first gangster rap that come out of the West. So before that, we wasn't listening to nothing but New York like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when the first gangster that come out of was Ice-T. And everybody started listening to that. And at that time, nobody even knew what Ice-T was.
Did that Ice-T music dropping, did that motivate the hustlers, or were the hustlers already in Fort Worth?
Nah, we was already here, but that was the motivational drive that got us to the point where this is a hustling town, man. Let's go make some money. Man, we can go around this joint, man. I could be in the project, bro, with a $3,000 sack. In 2 hours, that joint is gone, man. Before a Blood and a Crip ever came about. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
When the K9 posse was running around, we know shit like that. The Mitchell boys, them kind of boys. But at the same time, we wasn't gang banging. We wasn't introduced to, matter of fact, the whole world wasn't introduced to gang banging until the movie Colors came out.
When Colors came out, Trent, what were you doing?
I was hustling. That's how it all began. This is how Truman Street became Truman Street. Cats was, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. This is the dynamics of it happening. The movie Colors came out in '88. In '88, in Los Angeles, it was off the chain. So all eyes was on what? Los Angeles.
Right.
It was gang banging. That was the thing, gang banging. So the media blew that up across the whole world. Well, when the movie Colors came out, what did it do? It introduced the younger generation a roadmap to whatever side you pick. That's who you gun down. Well, cats out of California was leaving California, going all over the United States, setting up sets. Well, just so happens, I've been in California my whole entire life, bro. Like, I know. Well, when the cats came down here from California and they started to claim sets that was from California. Now, I'm from California. I'm in my feelings. I mean, what is this cat doing, man?
That would be some Crips in Fort Worth.
Yeah. Because at one time, it was nothing but Crips here.
Right.
Period. Before Truman became Truman, it was all Crips. There was no other gang that I know of. Now, I don't know which different brands they was.
Right.
But the media made it clear that it was all Crips. Well, when the Bloods was created, what did the movie say? Bloods do what?
Rival with Crips.
I mean, exactly. Well, if you in Fort Worth and it's only Crips, and then one particular blood set hit, all of the Crips is got to mimic what? The movie.
Right.
In this way.
So before we get there, Trent, you mentioned some guys from California came to Fort Worth, and they were Crips. You because they
I
had
don't know these facts.
right, they had the color blue on. They wore blue.
I mean, yeah, when Stock 6 was Stock 6, it was no Crips, was no Bloods, wasn't nothing, but there was Crips before anything. We created the Bloods, like I was trying to get to you and tell you, it's because the cats from California was coming down and taking over sets.
Right.
Coming down, okay, you claim this, once just so happened, they come to Stop 6 on Truman and Style Cup. Young cat come down to the house, say, Trent, it's some real Crips on the corner. I said, what do you mean, real Crip? That is a real Crip. Now at this time, we know that it's Crips in Fort Worth. But then when Cat come to me and he say, man, some real Crips. I said, what you mean, real Crips? And Cat gonna talk about from California. Oh, coming down on our cut, my cut? Oh no, we wasn't claiming nothing. We wasn't claiming nothing. We will Stop 6. So they down there on the cut selling on our cut, on my okay, hold on. Man, say no more. Walk by. I am. Run your ass out. Everybody to my backyard. Y'all, we claiming something? This is what we claiming. They right here. Because see, the thing is again, it's Truman Street. Blood is only a word. That's even going in California that a lot of people don't understand. Blood is just a word, bro. And when it's bounty hunters, blood, that's just the word of it. The gang itself is bounty hunters. The gang itself is marijuana. The gang itself is family. The gang itself, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
In the 60s, Crips. The word, that's all it is. It's the connection of the word. But in California, it's that separate gang. They still at it. But to the world, when you look at the movie, all it says is Bloods is supposed to be against Crips.
Right.
At the end of the day. So what happens in the immature mind? I pick a side and that's my end.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how Truman Street Bloods was formed. Everybody to the backyard. If we're gonna claim something.
And this is what we claiming. We were the only blood set, so it was no such thing as fighting with other bloods.
Right.
And everybody was coming that way. And we was acting a donkey.
Yeah, rumor has it, this allegedly, the Truman Street Bloods, you can put that set in any place in America and it'll thrive like it did in Fort Worth. Because allegedly, once again, the Bloods in Fort Worth were really violent. Because they had to be, because all of there's Crips everywhere.
It was everywhere. It was no such thing. But then, again, they mimicking the movie.
Right.
So when I made the decision to say, this is what we is, and it was really out of anger, fam. At the end of the day, it was out of anger. Saying to myself, man, you think I ain't finna come down here and take the fuck over? You got, I ain't mean cuss. So they ain't finna come down here and take over. That was my whole deal.
Right.
And then as that developed, as years went on from that development, we still stay hustling. So when, like I say, okay, yeah, we stay hustling.
So after the Bloods are formed in Fort Worth, now the Crips, from what they seen on TV, because let me ask you this: did you know some Crips? Were you friends with some Crips before all of this? Do you?
Family.
I'm talking about in Fort Worth.
What no such thing as we was from Stop 6.
So when the movie Colors come out, the guys from California come down to Fort Worth. I'm guessing through the drug trade, setting up. Trent says, "Bop bop." no, this ain't happening. So now it's on. So now the Crips in Fort Worth know that there are Bloods here. So the war starts, if you want to call it that. So after this is established, what's going on in Fort Worth at this time? After the Bloods are here, it's Crips north side, east side, west side, still hustling.
Still, hey man, one thing about the funk, man, we gonna get our grind on, no matter what. You know what I mean? We could be doing whatever, we still gonna get around. I just say that when gang culture hit Fort Worth, it messed it up because we couldn't go on the east side of town and hustle. Do you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It became, everybody had to pick a side. Well, I ain't gonna say they pick a side. It was either, we was the only side at that time.
So Trent, you're incarcerated in El Reno, or you a Blood when you get to El Reno?
No, I wasn't nothing. When I came to El Reno, there wasn't no I'm a Blood, I'm a Crip. I'm from Fort Worth, and I'm from Texas. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't no or I'm Truman Street. If I'm Truman Street and I get to the feds, who else with me? Who I got riding with me, man? I got to ride with the state. I ain't got to ride. Being a Blood, Truman Street, that was abandoned, man. That was no more. And then when I got to Beaumont, that was,
Bloody Beaumont.
Yeah, Bloody Beaumont.
When you got to Beaumont, all the Crip and Blood stuff was pretty much out the door for sure. You had cats from California that might be Crips and Bloods, but they pretty much together in California.
They ride together. You ride together, you from. Now they gonna have their beef within their state. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In other words, like say for instance, a California, or no, I ain't gonna even use California, I'm gonna use a Texas. If we're in Texas and I turn back around here and it may be a different city or whatever else, then we can come to an agreement where you can box or some shit like that. But other than that, man, everybody belonged to their state, man.
Right.
Because the Fed, let me get this straight. The feds did not care where they sent you. Does that make sense? So in other words, you could be from Texas and get your case, and they'll send your ass to New York some damn where, for real. Or they'll send you or you could be from Florida and they'll send your ass to the West Coast, send you to Lompoc. You know, because they mad at you. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to readjust. So it ain't no such thing as you know. Nah, man.
The state being the most important thing in the federal penitentiary when it comes to any type of gang activity.
Mm-hmm.
Did every state have their own car? Or was there ever any like some Louisiana people in a Texas car or some?
I don't know no such thing as that. There's no such thing as I put it like this. I've been out the feds I've been on the street for the last, I think maybe 14 years. So I don't know how it's done changed now. But I know back then when I was there, nah. That's
not happening.
No, not with nobody riding. You was raised in your state and then you get out and then you go to the feds and then you go ride in another person's car?
Okay, so let me ask you this. It might sound like a crazy question. Some states might outnumber others, correct? On certain prison yards?
Mm-hmm.
Numbers count.
True.
Texas having a car in Texas, were they ever outnumbered at any?
It depends. It depends on what yard they send you on. That is their choice. If the feds decide to send you to a yard where it ain't nothing but 15 Texas, when you get there, you don't. Hey man, you don't with that. You gon' What you mean? Nah, real talk, dog. Yeah, man. I'm from Truman Street. What? You from who? Truman Street? What the fuck did you say, man? You better jump in this Texas car. What the fuck you mean? You Truman Street ain't fit. Hey, go call. Hey, look, man. Go get on the commissary. Go and get you some minutes and call. Tell them to come on up here. You know what I'm saying? No, man. You fall in line or get left behind.
Was there any difference between the violence between the Crips and the Bloods in Fort Worth than when you got to prison between like the different state cars? Or was it the same type of violence?
Say it again.
So I hear, you know, if you want to call it a war, it was Crips versus Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to penitentiary, and you have to, or it wasn't like that.
No, ain't no such thing as that.
No, not Crips and Bloods. I'm saying like the violence.
Yeah, it was still violent.
Okay.
Yeah, it was still violent.
What would cause violence between two different states in prison?
Doing business.
Yeah.
One state mess over the other state, and then the other state don't want to check that other state, so you leave him to us to check him. Yeah. See, in the feds, you don't mix and mingle like you think you mix and mingle in the time. You gonna follow orders up in that junk or rules and regulations that goes in there. You know, you a thief. You got to if you a thief, I mean, not in the penitentiary. I don't know no thieves. Not no thieves. Now you might jack somebody, but not me running around sneaking in somebody's cell and stealing something, and then you get caught, and then your car or your state, you know, hold up to that. Oh no, yeah, you gonna get somebody killed.
The penitentiary different from the streets, but it's the same. So when you first get to prison, you're in Reno, then you end up in Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
How wild are you, and when do you calm down? Or do you ever?
You calm down, bro. Ain't no such thing as calm down. Me personally, once I got to the feds and I became family, which is my brotherhood, and that's where you learn, you know, discipline. That's where you learn loyalty. That's where you learn respect, you know. That's how you learn to give respect. And because in the feds, y'all don't do this. You stick in the feds, man. Yeah. I see. Even me, I thought I'm good as hell. I know I'm good with my hands. I know I am. But listen, these.
So you didn't want to try to do that?
Yeah, you better not try to do that and no, thinking you, no, man. You better know how to fight and work a knife. The only reason you want to know how to fight is you're going to fight the people that's in your state. Y'all can have a fight. Y'all can have a fist fight. But you better learn how to work a knife if you dealing with somebody outside your state. Hold on. Let me say something. That's how it was when I was there. Let me make that clear. It might done change totally different. I don't know.
Right. So, family, brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
When do you, like, I guess you could say, because you might not calm down because you're in prison. You got to be on alert.
Yeah, you got to be on.
When do you change your mentality though?
And to what?
You became an author before you left prison, a published author.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I still
all of that. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, writing was my.
You go write a book, and then you go
If need be, yeah. You gotta understand. Once you get like, listen, one thing about the penitentiary is gonna learn you is patience and time. Because once you, if you done ever been through Beaumont, anybody that's done been to bloody Beaumont, they gonna know you gonna be on lockdown for a long time. You gonna get to learn your damn self, fam. If you don't know how to read, you gonna learn how to read. Cause your ass gonna be in the hole and you ain't gonna have nothing to do but learn how to read if you don't know how to read. See, when you go through like certain penitentiaries that put you in a position to where you have to learn yourself, man, you come out that junk polished, real tough. I mean, I learned, yeah, everything coming up there. Cause let's think about it. On the streets, real talk on the street. Who got the rules? Who make the rules up? If you a gang, who got what's the rule book to the gang? If y'all just friends, that's what it is, and y'all just claiming something that makes y'all a whole. Right. But then when you go to the penitentiary, you go to the Fed, you gonna join something that's gonna have you learning which direction your ass need to be going. Don't be backbiting. If you're backbiting, you disrespect your brother in any which way, form, or fashion, your ass is gonna get disciplined. There ain't no such thing bigger than the family. Yeah, by your brother. You gotta understand, it ain't nothing bigger than the family. Ain't no rules and regulations it's rules and regulations like a Bible. You know, you got a handbook that says, look, you can't do this. We a whole. You know what I mean? If you get out of line and we got to go to war, we go to war with a whole. And going to war is knife work. And anybody that's been to the feds or any penitentiary know what life look like. That shit ain't pretty.
You gotta know what you're
doing. Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. So you gonna have to learn how to walk. You don't disrespect somebody. You know, I done seen an individual turn back around her, not knowing, get to the yard, and done cut line. Yeah, he done cut line. After he get through cutting line, dude tell him, hey man, you can't cut line. Man, I ain't got time for this. Go in there, eat, come back to the unit, stick it. You learn rules and regulations. You learn how to walk and talk. Hey man, yeah, man. You learn how to talk to somebody, fam.
So, you know, you become an author
Mm-hmm.
in the federal penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
You published a book.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first book, Trent, and what was it about? And what motivated you to even start writing?
Man, you know what, man? I used to be a reader. I used to love to read. Well, my moms used to read. Me coming up, man, it was never a time I didn't see a book in my mom's hand. So even when I was a kid, I got in trouble, my moms would turn back around here and make my ass read. Like, even read some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to read. Come on, man. Like, that would be my bunch. So she got me in the habit of reading. So when I got locked up, that became my
go-to.
My vent. Yeah, I vented. That's what I did. I vented.
Reading motivated you to start writing.
Mm-hmm. Reading started me to write and poetry and everything else. It was all about my.
You did poetry in prison?
Yeah, I did. I did a whole bunch of shit.
Poetry in prison?
Yeah, I'm cold at that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some brothers that's cold at that. Like Manchi, if you need to get Manchi, man. Yeah, Manchi, man.
Manchi? Oh yeah.
What? Manchi's a beast, man. Don't get me wrong. He humble. You ain't gonna know it.
Right.
You ain't gonna know it. But yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast with it.
What was your first book about, and what prompted the story?
Really and truly, man, me and my moms used to read all the time. So what I would do is she would read the same book I would read. So we would get every week we would get on the phone and we would talk about the book. Yeah, we would talk about the book we read. So one time she read a book and I read a book. Well, the book was good to her. The book was some garbage to me. So I was like, man, Mom, why you like that book? It wasn't even real. She said, I think in the book it said he cocked the hammer back on the Mac 11. Abroad wrote it. Anyway, and I'm like, Mama, that book wasn't even real. She was like, it was real to me. That's because you old street cat. I don't know nothing about the streets. You do. I said, well, what if somebody knew something about the streets would write a novel? She said, it's probably be a damn good book. I told her, send me a book on how to write a novel. She sent me a book. I read half the book and I took off. And I've been writing ever since.
What was your book about?
The streets.
The streets.
Yeah. It was a love story though. It was a gangster love story.
Can you give us a little quick synopsis of it? Like,
See, man, it was about one cat. He was in the gang. He turned back around her. He had a whole bunch of broads. He turned back around. His main broad cheated on him. He find out about it. He get hurt. And yeah, man. And then one of the brothers got out of prison from a long stay. And yeah, I wrote that book. Matter of fact, man, I wrote that book about the events that happened in the hood. Like one of them, like in my book, I referenced that to Lonzo. Yeah, Lonzo. Nah, I ain't gonna tell you, man. Nah, go read the book.
What's the book called, Trent?
Love Lost the Game. You can go get it on Amazon, man. Go check that joint out.
Love Lost the Game.
Yeah, go check it out. It's a novel.
A novel by Trent Rose, the writer.
Mm-hmm.
You get your book published from prison.
Yeah.
Right? How did you accomplish that, Trent?
Man, you know, I had some folks at home who was believing that the book was gonna take off, man, and they helped me do it.
Right.
They helped me do it.
Were you able to sell any books before you?
Hell yeah, man, hell yeah, man. When that book came out, man, bro, man, I was locked up and I'm sitting back like, man, damn. Like, man, this is like this? Yeah, they were showing me love, man. They were showing me love.
So when you got out of prison, you had legal book money waiting on you.
Yeah, you can say that.
How did that feel, man, to go to prison, you know, change your mindset, change your life. Before you get out of prison, you've written a book, you got it published from prison. How does that feel, Trent? Like, even to think about it now.
Damn. I guess at the time and even now, man, I was just doing. I was just going. Sometimes, man, in the minds of people like myself, we gotta stay going, man. We gotta stay active. We gotta stay active. We gotta stay living in the present moment. So we always gotta stay creative. We always trying to create something. I always staying moving.
When did you get on social media and become this?
Say, man, look at here, man. That was all in behind. I'm gonna give credit to my baby mama.
Okay.
My baby mama write books also. I write books. Now I done came home from prison, and she said, Trent, won't you get a TikTok and then make some posts and then sell your books. I'm like, man, you ain't finna get no TikTok, man. Kids got TikToks. So she say, nah, man, I done sold a whole bunch of books on TikTok. I say, what? Nah. I got off the phone. Got off the phone with her, went, made me a TikTok, and put my first video up, fam. And all I was doing is, spitting game. Psychological awareness for everyday life. I wasn't spitting game like that. I'm on a psychology level. I ain't talking about just anything. I'm trying to help somebody make it through. We got mental health issues that's jumping around this junk, man. We got people that's thinking delusional. You know what I mean?
So you make your TikTok.
Yeah.
How long is it before it?
That thing blew up, man. I didn't know nothing about social media. That thing blew up, and I was putting the videos and stuff on Facebook also, and they set me up an account for me to get money in on it. Man, I ain't thinking nothing of it. I looked up one day, man, and that's why I've been doing it ever since. So that's really what got me into it, because I seen a little money in it, and I said, what am I gonna do it? Yeah.
So you posted your videos on TikTok and Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going viral.
Mm-hmm.
Say like lots of views.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your following came from initially.
Mm-hmm.
Then you took your show to Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and the same thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you just know, if you probably already knew that somebody likes what you're saying? You keep getting this attention from these different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
What like, when did you realize that?
When did I realize it? I guess when I started seeing numbers go up, man. When I started to see people turn back around, I got to like 25,000 folks. I'm like, man, what the hell? Then I got to like 50, 75, 100, 150. What the God? Say what? And all I'm doing is like I say, you know what I do. To me, it ain't nothing special. It's just bringing psychological awareness to everyday life. That's it.
Okay. You have acquired a celebrity following also. You have a lot of celebrities repost your videos. They follow you on social media. Some of them you even know. A lot of them you don't know. Some of them you do know. How does that make you feel?
That's cool, man.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Like, mm-hmm. Now it's cool. I mean, what is it? Like.
I mean,
I guess I don't like validation. I don't be like, I don't care about that.
You come from the streets, man.
Yeah.
And everybody that knows you know that, and they know and they see what you got going on now. We'll put your social media.
Yeah. Slap them up there for me, man.
Trent Rose on Facebook. Trent Rose on Instagram. What's your TikTok?
TikTok is Trent Dawg 06.
Y'all have probably seen Trent before. I'm sure y'all have. He's acquired over probably 100 million views. But yeah, so you come from the streets, Trent, and to accomplish what you're accomplishing and then to make money from it. It's just gotta be almost like a surreal feeling.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.